Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Akuya Robinson, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing the answers to some of the most commonly asked questions that I get about the grant process and about grants. So if that is something that you're interested in, then definitely stay tuned because I may have the answer to a question that you have. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and jump into it. So first, I want to start by saying I am by no means a grant expert. I am just someone who is extremely passionate about winning grants, applying for grants, and getting this free money. So any information that I come across, I just feel compelled to share it with my community. So ever since I posted that I won that $10,000 grant from the NAACP and L'Oreal Inclusive Beauty Fund, I started to get a lot of questions about grants and the grant process. So I am more than happy to share the information that I know. So I'm just going to go through a few questions here to share, what I know about grants. So first things first, we're just going to jump into it. People always ask me, how do you find grants? So how do you, find the grant that you won? So I believe the grant that I won, I did like a simple Google search, y'all. It was either Google or it was ChatGPT, one of the two, about how to just about beauty grants. Like you can do a simple search to make it even easier for you. The video that I did prior to this, I'm sharing tons of resources with you. I shared 8 grants that you can apply to before the end of the year, and I also shared grant resources, people that I tap into for resources that you can go to their page. They're posting grants all the time, and I also shared the websites that I use when I'm looking for grants. So super duper easy to find grants. A simple Google search will do. There's so much information out here nowadays that you can easily find a grant for your niche or for a small business or for whatever you do. The money is out here. A simple search would do. Second question, I'm looking at my notes, is a question that one of my trailblazers asked me last week is, what are they looking for when you apply for grants? And it could be very hard to say, but what I basically told her was they're basically looking for the big vision of your business and how they can better serve you. Every grant application is going to have certain criteria or whatever they're looking for. So I basically told her to just make sure your application aligns with whatever the vision is for the actual grant, so you can have a higher chance of winning. But they're just basically looking for someone who has a strong business model, who has a vision for the future, who can tell them about their business, what their challenges are, and all of those things, and how they can, just a clear vision of how they can serve you and how you're going to use the money. That's, in my experience, what they're looking for. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. So I would just take a good look at whatever the vision is for the grant and make sure that the answers that you're providing as it pertains to your business align with what the bigger picture is for the grant. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the next question that I got was, what do I need to apply for grants, and do I need a registered business to apply? So every grant is going to be different in terms of whatever the eligibility requirements are. There are some grants that require that you have an LLC. So that, to answer your question, sometimes you do have to have a registered business and sometimes you don't. I feel like a lot of the grants that I come across, you do not even have to have an LLC. So that, opens it up for a lot of people right there. But as far as what you need to apply, you just need to answer the questions. Sometimes you don't have to answer questions. The grant that I did apply for the NAACP and L'Oreal, one of the criteria for that grant was to record a video. So the video had to be, I think, 60 to 90 seconds long or something like that, just explaining my business, like an overview of my business. So it's going to be different things that are required. Sometimes they want you to have a certain income to apply for grants. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have to be located in a certain city or state. Sometimes you don't. So each grant is going to have different things that you need to apply. But for the most part, all you need is a vision and to be able to explain that vision for your business. Ooh. Another question is the grant application process difficult? And this will vary depending on whatever grant that you're applying for. But in my opinion, I really don't think it's that hard. Like, if you have ever applied for a job before, I feel like it's kind of the similar situation. Like, you're filling out an application, right? So I don't really feel like the grant application process is hard, but maybe the hard part is just really figuring out how to articulate what's up here. I feel like that's probably the hardest thing. But once you do that, I feel like you get so much clarity on your business. Like, it's phenomenal. So I don't think that the grant application process is hard. What may be hard is finding the discipline to continuously apply for grants, even if you're winning or you're not. It can take some time. So another video I did do, I gave some tips for how to get through the application process quicker, but I don't think it's hard, so go for it. Can I apply if I'm just starting out in business? And the answer is absolutely yes. No matter where you are in your business, whether you're just starting out, you're in the middle, you're well seasoned, there are great opportunities out there for everyone, okay? And just like I just mentioned before, sometimes you don't even have to have an LLC or registered business or anything like that. You can totally apply for grants. So if you are just starting off in your business, don't think that you don't have enough, motion yet. As long as you have a vision for where you're going, you have a great chance of winning, and as long as you articulate it properly. But if you're just starting off in business, you can totally apply for grants. This question right here is one of my favorite questions that I get about grants. What can the grant money be used for? And can you pay yourself? Can you pay your bills, expenses? Like, I absolutely love this question. So, the grant money could be used for whatever you said the grant money is going to be used for. In integrity, if you're operating in integrity, okay, because I'm pretty sure there's people out here that win grants and they're using it for things that don't have anything to do with their business. That's not operating in integrity, because that's not why you receive the money. So you want to operate in integrity. If you want to operate in integrity, you will use the grant money for exactly what you told them you were going to use it for. So you can use it for business expenses. You can use it for yourself, or you can use it for events. You can use it to pay your business bills. Like, whatever you said you're going to use it for, you can use it to pay yourself if that's what you said that you were going to use the money for in the grant process. I love this question because, like, especially us as beauty professionals, it's a lot of moving parts of things that we do. Some of us have bridal teams, some of us do events, some of us throw classes. I have the podcast, I throw events. It's just so many different things. I have people on my team. I can use the grant money to do all of that. I could use the grant money to pay the people on my team. I can use the grant money to throw an event, a class. The possibilities are almost like they're very vast. So as long as you're letting them know, like, laying out what you're going to use the money for, you can use the money for that. So now that you know that, are you going to apply for some grants? Okay. Or do you want to continue to use your own money? That's totally fine. That's totally fine if you want to continue to use your own money. But if you're anything like me, I'm tired of using my money. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of using my money for everything. So the grants have helped tremendously in just alleviating a lot of stress, a lot of just the hustle and bustle of just trying to make money so I could do this, do that, do that. I could just use the grant money for it. And I love it here. Ooh. Another question that I absolutely love is, do I have to pay the money back? Do I have to pay the money back? The short answer is no, because it is a grant. It is not a loan. There may be certain grants out there, but the ones that I have come across, you do not have to pay the money back. That is the beautiful thing about grants. It's free. It's literally free money. So many businesses out here have a passion for just helping other people succeed, and I want to be on the receiving end of that. So you do not have to pay the money back. Another question is, how can I improve my chances of winning a grant? So this is a very tricky one, because the grant that I won it on my own, like with my own writing, and I did my video myself. I applied for it on my own. But I feel like if you do not fancy yourself, I fancy myself to be a good writer. If you do not fancy yourself to be a good writer, I would probably say just hire someone. Just hire a grant writer if your budget allows for it. just hire a grant writer, hire a professional that is well versed in what to say and how to win these grants, because I feel like that would improve your chances of winning. I did share in the last video with the resources. One resource that I used was Stormy Banks and the Pink Print Firm. She has a service where they will write your grant proposal for you, and they will also apply for grants on your behalf. So I think she had a package where it was like 3 grants they'll apply for, 8 and up to 15, and of course you can get more, but it really is a numbers game. So if you have a grant writer or you use somebody like the Pink Print Firm that has your proposal, and they could just apply for 15 grants for you, they have like an 80 something percent, I think, success rate, if I'm remembering correctly. So you're going to win something out of those 15. So I would probably say just go with a grant writer if you do not fancy yourself to be a good writer. But if you are a good writer, the way that you can improve your chances of winning is just to apply for more grants. It's really a numbers game. So just apply for as many grants as you can. Where can I find grants specifically for beauty professionals? So in the last video, again, I did share some resources that, were for grants that were specifically for beauty professionals, but I'll be honest, it's not really a lot of them out there. But they do, the ones that are out there, from my knowledge, they do come around like on an annual basis. So for example, the NAACP and L'Oreal one that I won, that is an annual grant. I think this was the 3rd time that they did it. So keeping that in mind, you want to look out for the next wave of it. You want to look out for when it comes out again next year and the year after that. Sephora does grants as well, and there are other organizations. I would say do your research. Google. Okay, Google is your best friend. Google, tap into, well, stay, tapped in here, because when I find them, I will share them, but also tapping into those other resources as well. It's not a lot of them, but that doesn't mean that you don't have anything to apply for. What you want to be looking for is grants for small businesses, grants for entrepreneurs. If you are African American or a person of color, you want to be looking for business grants for people of color, So there are ways around it. You just have to get creative. There are grants out there. It doesn't specifically have to be for the beauty industry. How long does it take to hear back after applying for a grant? So in my experience, it normally takes 1 to 2 months to hear back from something after the deadline. But most of the time when you apply for the grants, they give you the schedule. So they'll tell you when applications open, applications close, and they'll tell you the date or around about time when the winners will be announced. So they don't necessarily like keep you in the dark. And if you want to know, you can totally always reach out to the grant organizers or the you know what I mean. You can reach out to the people and ask them, like, when will announcements be made. Don't ever be afraid to reach out and ask. But from my experience, it's normally like 1 to 2 months when you'll find out, and then it's like another maybe 1 to 2 months before you get paid out too. Keep that in mind. You don't get the money like right away. Keep that in mind. Can I apply for multiple grants at the same time? Absolutely. That's the way to win. Like, you want to be stacking these applications up. You want to be keeping track of the applications that you put in. So whether that's keeping a spreadsheet or a workflow or CRM or some sorts, you do want to keep track of the grants that you're applying for as well. So you can absolutely apply for multiple grants at the same time. That's what I be doing. And I just be waiting. I'm just waiting for an email to pop up or something saying that I won. Okay, so make sure you actually check out the video before this, because there's a grant that I shared in the last video that you can apply for every single week, and you have a chance to win twice a week, because they do the drawings for that grant twice a week. So every week you have a chance to win $1,000. So make sure you check out that last video. And another question, this is the last question that I'm going to cover, is what do I do if I don't win a grant? And I want to say, this is what you do when you don't win a grant. I want you to stay encouraged. I do not want you to give up. I want you to stay encouraged and keep on applying. Just because you didn't win the first time, the second time, or the third time doesn't mean that you won't win at all. But it's guaranteed that you won't win anything if you don't apply. So keep on applying, stay encouraged. I actually had my call once I finished the application or the process with the Pink Print Firm. I had a consultation call, and I thought it was gonna be somebody from like the pink print firm team, but I actually got to talk to Stormy, and I was asking her about this $10,000 grant that I applied for on the platform that she recommended, and asking her like, should I change my answers? Like, I didn't win last time, should I change my answers? And she was like, well, were your answers strong? Yeah, they were strong on there, because it will tell you like if it's strong, moderate, or weak on that platform. And she was like, well, just keep it the same. Well, she said you can always reach out. That's another thing. If you don't win a grant, you can always reach out to the people for feedback as to what you can improve on and everything like that. Love that. But she was saying to me, she was like, sometimes when you don't win a grant, it doesn't mean necessarily that your application was bad. It might have just been that they can only choose one person. You know what I'm saying? So don't be too hard on yourself thinking that, oh, woe is me, I didn't answer it right. Sometimes they could just only choose one. Sometimes they can only choose 5. You know what I'm saying? So just keep on applying, stay encouraged, and yeah, if you don't win, just dust yourself off and try again. And it's one last thing that I wanted to tell you all that she shared. Just in case you do happen to apply for a grant and you win, I'm already congratulating you right now because I know it's coming. One thing that she did mention to us on her Get Grant Ready seminar was, regardless of if they ask or not, when you win a grant, you always want to reach back out to the people and let them know how you did and how you actually used the money. It's just a good look. A lot of people, they don't even require you. The grants that I'm telling you about, or the ones that I've come across, they don't require you to report back anything. Some grants do want to see how you spend it. I feel like that's more so for nonprofits. I'm not sure because I don't have a nonprofit. Anyways, but you do want to reach back out to the people, of course, to say thank you, but also to let them know what you did with the grant and how it helped your business. Because if there's ever a time again when you reapply for that grant, or maybe another person from that decision committee is on another grant decision committee and they see you come across, they'll remember how grateful you were and how lovely you were to work with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these are some of the commonly asked questions that I get. But if you have another question, please leave a comment down below. Maybe I could do a part 2 to this video if I get enough questions, but maybe I could do a part 2. But if you have additional questions that I did not answer here, definitely let me know. If I had the answer, I will respond. If I don't have the answer, I will find the answer for you, okay? So like I mentioned, this is just one of many videos that I'm doing in this series. The first video that I did, I showed you all my reaction to receiving that $10,000 grant from the NAACP and L'Oreal Inclusive Beauty Fund. The second video, I just went over the reasons why every beauty professional, no matter where you are in your business, should be applying for grants. The third video was me giving you 8 grants totaling over $150,000 that you can apply for before the year is over. And like I mentioned, some of those grants come back around every single year. So if you missed it this year, you can apply next year. And then here we are with the Q&A. So the next video, I'm just going to be sharing like, what should you be doing with that money? Like, when you get that money, I'm gonna really break it down even further. Like, what should you be doing when you receive that grant money, okay? So I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that answered some of your questions, and make sure you are tuned in every single Wednesday to the Friends in Beauty podcast. I interview different beauty industry professionals on their keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry. Also tap into the Friends in Beauty Trailblazers Club. That is Friends in Beauty's community. Every month we have breakout sessions or master classes with beauty experts or just experts in the industry, so we can grow our businesses the right way, so we can actually operate legit beauty businesses and don't be janky out here. You know what I'm saying? And then also follow Friends in Beauty on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty. You can follow me as well at Aquia Robinson. And of course, if you have made it this far in the video, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. If you ain't subscribed yet, you might as well go ahead and subscribe, because I'm gonna keep coming with more information. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up as well, okay? Anywho's, I'll talk to you later. Bye.